Unit 7, Week 3. This is a fictional book called Bear Snores On, written by Karma Wilson and Jane Chapman. Oh, illustrated by Jane Chapman. I wasn't sure. It wasn't clear on the cover. So they're considering this to be fantasy fiction, written by Karma Wilson, illustrated by Jane Chapman. And the paired selection is an informational text, a science text about animals and their habitats, different animal homes. Let's take a look at the title page. Bear Snores On by Karma Wilson, illustrated by Jane Chapman. I think we've seen this character before in something we read. Maybe you remember. I'm not sure if we had one in our materials or not. I seem to think maybe you did have another book by this author. In a cave in the woods, in his deep, dark lair, through the long, cold winter, sleeps a great brown bear. Cuddled in a heap, with his eyes shut tight, he sleeps through the sky, through the day, he sleeps through the night. The cold winds howl and the night sounds growl, but the bear snores on. An itty-bitty mouse, pitter-pat, tiptoe, creep crawls in the cave from the fluff, cold snow. Mouse squeaks, too damp, too dank, too dark, so he lights wee twigs with a small hot spark. The coals pip-pop and the wind doesn't stop, but the bear snores on. Two glowing eyes sneak peek in the den. Mouse cries, "Who's there?" And a hare hops in. "Ho, Mouse," says the hare, "long time no see." So they pop white corn and they brew black tea. Mouse sips wee slurps. Hare burps, big burps. But the bear snores on. A badger scuttles by, sniff snuffs at the air. "I smell yummy yums. Perhaps we can share." "I've brought honey nuts," Badger says with a grin. "Let's divvy them up, cozy down and dig in." And they nibble and they munch with a chew, chomp, crunch, but the bear snores on. A gopher and a mole tunnel up through the floor. Then a wren and a raven flutter through the door. Mole mutters, "What a night! What a storm!" Twitters the wren, and everybody clutters in the great bear's den. They tweet and they titter, they chat and they chitter, but the bear snores on. In a cave in the woods, a slumbering bear sleeps through the party in his very own lair. Hare strokes the fire, mouse seasons the stew. Then a small pepper fleck makes the bear Achoo! He blows and he sneezes, and the whole crowd freezes. What do you think will happen next? And the bear wakes up. Bear gnarls and he snarls. Bear roars and he rumbles. Bear jumps and stomps. Bear growls and he grumbles. You've snuck in my lair and you have all had fun, but me, I've been sleeping and I had none. And he whimpers and he moans and he wails and he groans, and the bear blubbers on. Mouse squeaks, "Don't fret, don't fuss. Look, see, we can pop more corn. We can brew more tea." Bear gulps, bear gobbles. He sighs with delight. Then he spins tall tales through the blustery night. When the sun peeks up on a crisp, clear dawn, Bear can't sleep, but his friends snore on. So at first he felt like left out, but then he was included. But now look at this. His friends are going to need to sleep, and he's been sleeping. He's been hibernating for a long time. He's ready to stay awake. Now he's kind of like holding on to all of his new friends there. So let's go ahead and take a look at our paired selection informational text about animal homes, different habitats. So what was the home for bear in this story that we just read? Like a cave, a den? Okay. So let's take a look over here. Animal homes. We are wild animals. We live in homes called habitats. Each habitat meets our different needs. Come see where we live. When I call out, it sounds like a bark. I live in an underground burrow. There are different rooms and tunnels. My family lives in a big prairie dog town. So this is for the prairie dog. It reminds me of our ground dog, right? Let's take a look at the rattlesnake. Follow me into my rocky den. I hide behind rocks to stay safe from enemies or predators. My scaly skin matches my surroundings. I shake my rattle when there is danger. Here's a clownfish. My home is in the warm ocean. A coral reef is the perfect habitat. There are many openings and cracks to hide in. I live with sea animals called anemones. The anemones feed and protect me. Here's a beaver. My home is called a lodge. I build it with sticks and mud. The door to my home is under the water. My lodge keeps me warm during the winter. Animals get what they want and need from their habitats. What is your habitat? Talk that over with your chat partner at home. Let's go over just the vocabulary one more time. We have a burrow. A burrow is an underground hole or tunnel dug by an animal. A den. A den is a protected rocky area where a wild animal lives. We have the lodge. A beaver's house made of sticks and mud. And then finally, the reef, a place in the ocean with rocks and coral. Which habitat do you find the most interesting? Maybe you want to do some additional research with your chat partner at home, and don't forget to do the work in your closed reading companion this week. Have fun!